Hi everyone, this is episode 9. This is Proper Care of Yourself. I'm Bridget Marie.
I'm Raquel.
I'm Candice.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm EJ.
I'm Triana.
And I am Takoya. You know what? When you think about taking proper care of yourself, you automatically think about the physical. Like, okay, I need to get my nails done. I need to get my hair done. I need to make sure my outfit is right. I need to get my feet done. I need to brush my teeth. But it's very seldom. No, for real. It's very seldom that you think about the inside.
Right.
And aside from that, you don't even consider God. Like, he's the person who I need to cleanse me. So regardless of what I look at on the outside, what I'm really working with on the inside.
Yes.
Right.
And people don't get it. No matter how many different masks you put on, what's going on inside, it still projects. Like,
Right.
it's still, you see that before you open your mouth. So for me, like, it's always mental and spiritual. I have to find that balance. Because I can't sit there and pretend like I don't care how good my hair looks, how good I look on the outside. If I'm not feeling it on the inside, I can't function. Like, I can't have a full-blown conversation with you. I can't smile in your face and pretend that everything is going all right when I know deep down inside I'm a whole mess. So I think for that alone, it's a process. Like, you got to make it up in your mind that you want to be better, you want to look better, you want to feed yourself, you want to be around people who are going to uplift you and bring the best out of you, because that's an important factor too. If you're not surrounded by people who love you and going to bring the best out of you, you might as well just sit in the corner and be all by yourself.
Yes.
Because ain't no need of being around people, yo, yes man, you know you doing bad, but they still cheering you on. Like, oh, you gonna be alright, you gonna, and it's like, you giving me all these words, but how often are you there when I'm crying at night and the tears are falling on my pillow? Like, when I'm legit in the bathtub surrounding myself with sharp objects to commit suicide, where you at? Like, when they say, was you really shooting with me in the gym? No, for real.
For real.
Wow. And I think oftentimes we don't consider the very small things that make a big difference. We just think about the things that people identify first. And we want to make it appear that everything's on the up and up. But in all actuality, we broken up in the inside and all that and most stuff.
That's deep, yeah.
I was with a friend yesterday, and she was telling me that she went and got a hotel room for 3 days. And I was like, why? Like, I'm like, what's going on? You know, what happened? And she said she got the room. She said she cut her phone off. She cut her computer off. She said she read a book. She said for 3 days she disconnected herself from everything.
Yes.
And she said she just like she needed that for spiritual, mental. And she spent more time with God. And I mean, when she said it, I'm sitting there, you know, at first, and I'm like, that's a great idea, because we get so caught up in everything that's going on, especially when you have businesses or you working and you have kids. It's like you're trying to do everything, and then you feel like if you separate yourself, you might miss out, or you might miss done. But we have to recharge.
Yes.
We have to, and like you said, it's not just physical. It's physical. You have to take care of your physical body, but you have to take care of yourself mentally and spiritually as well.
Absolutely.
I was like, okay, grandpa, give me a room.
Right? And it's the same thing. Like when you talk about expectations, like your parents set expectations for you. They want you to go to college. They want you to find a wife. They want you to find a husband. Your kids, they want you to be there from A to Z. Mommy, I need this, I need that. Your friends, oh, you got to come to the function. You know, your sibling or your siblings, you're my sister. Why are you not there when I call on you? Your boyfriend, whoever. Like you said, everybody's pulling from you. So it's very seldom that we stop for a moment like, wait, what about me? You know, what am I going to do for me that is not necessarily tangible, or that doesn't require me to spend money? But I'm talking long-term investments. How can I invest in myself spiritually and mentally? You know, it's a big deal.
And this year, I told myself, I said, it's going to be mental, spiritual, and physical. So physical, spiritual, mental. And what I'm trying to do is if those three things don't align, you will not function the way you're supposed to. So I told myself, for mental, I'm going to read 12 books. One book a year. I mean, one book a month or a year, right? So what I used to do is I used to only focus on spiritual. I'm like, if I got the spirit down, everything else gonna line.
Right.
But God showed me, like, your mind gotta be right. And it's crazy because I just had an attack on me mentally, and I couldn't. I literally, and I only told my connection group really that this was happening to me. Like, it was 4 days. And it was like, I told Tracy because she might kind of be pregnant. But it was like God was having me recharge without me even realizing that I was being recharged. When I tell you, I went into the bathroom one day, and it was February 1st through the 4th. I know this is going to come real late for y'all, but yeah, it was February 1st through the 4th. And I went in the bathroom and I said, God, I don't have nothing to give. I was crying. I didn't have nothing. I promise. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing to give my son. I didn't have nothing to give my husband. I didn't have nothing to give my friends. I didn't have nothing. I said, God, I'm empty. Like, I can't do nothing. I'm like, you have got to do something, because it wasn't on the brink of, I feel like I would never commit suicide, but it was on the brink of, the thoughts was like, what you gonna do? And I'm like, God, my mind gotta be together, because if my mind, like, my spirit is depleted too. And so God just showed me, like, you have to recharge, and you have to do this for yourself, not for nobody else. And I took the time out to tell God, like, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to give. Nothing. And then he recharged me. And then once I shared my testimony to my connection group, which was very hard for me. I don't know why it was hard for me, because I'm usually transparent. But it was hard for me. And then once I did that, it was a wrap.
Just like that.
It came. I left there. I wasn't crying. I was crying in connection group, but I wasn't crying when I left. And I felt like rejuvenated. And after that, I did what I was supposed to do. So you have got to take care of yourself, not only the physical. Do not only look at the physical just because people out there is looking at your physical.
Right.
It gotta be mental, and it gotta be spiritual too.
But for some people, it's easier said than done.
Definitely.
It's like you can throw out these scriptures, you can throw out all this motivation, you can have a connection group, you can have friends or family and people that love you, and it'll appear as though you have everything that you need. But it's like we check and we seek validation from everybody else, but we don't look in the mirror enough to say, like, I'm whole. All by myself. With God, with the God that's in me, I'm whole. And it's sometimes if we're not getting that validation, it makes us feel empty. It makes us feel depleted, because we'll tell ourselves, like, okay, you're not good enough. People ain't giving you enough credit. And it's sad that we look to others to give us what we need, when in all actuality, all we gotta do is look up to God.
And it's hard when you in certain spaces, because like in 2015, when I went through the time when I lost 8 people, like 8 people died, like back to back in a year's time frame. And I was going to my counselor, my therapist, and she was telling me that, sometimes we are so caught up in a space, like the whole thing where everybody's like, go pray, go pray, go pray. But sometimes you're in a space where you can't even pray. Like, you can't even get the words out. You can't even, speak on it. And I just got to a point to where I had to really start getting into a space where I knew that I had to take care of myself, because I was losing myself. Losing 8 people in 1 year's time frame is crazy. And it got to the point that I didn't care about anything. Like, I gave up on everything. But I had to learn, and it takes practice, it takes time. It takes having people around you who can encourage you too and help you. Because if you don't have nobody, my daddy came in the room. I was in my bedroom in a dark room one day, and he came in there and sat next to me, and he was like, baby girl, like, are you stressed? Are you depressed? Like, what's going on? And it just opened my eyes for my dad to be there and to say that. And so, having people around you who's praying for you and who's helping you, but you have to get in that space, and it takes time to get in that space. Because it's hard. I'm telling y'all, it's hard.
And then you get in that space and you gotta protect it.
Yes.
Because you got people that will suck you dry and take you right back to where you just left from.
Now that I had to learn, because I'm the giver. I'm the backbone. I'm that. And I'm not saying that to say that's what I am, but that's who God made me. So I went through a season like that of just losing people, and it was like, ooh, now what is it? Like, what is it? And it was like, okay, all right, and I felt rocked. But then when more started losing, it's like, okay, now I'm walking with a limp. Now I'm losing the arm. Now I'm losing this. Now who am I? Like, what is it? And it really tested my faith. Like, I love God more than I ever have in my life. So coming out of the storm, I'm great.
Yeah.
And it was like, where is you? Like, you know, where's somebody like me? Because it was like, okay, everybody's still coming to me. Everybody still need to be fed. Everybody still need my strength. Everybody still need my prayers. And it was like, okay, God, I need you. And he was sustaining me through it. He was giving the people a word, because I have a connection group as well. So it's like, okay, God, okay, give me the word for them. And then it came to the point like, I need to stop. But I didn't know how to, because I've always been on the move. And God is like, no, I need you in this space. And that's when I went through a space of, I call it like a desert. And God just brought the cactus to me. And he's like, you are that cactus. Everything you need is already inside of you. Like, you thriving and you growing, and you're going to be stronger because of this process. And when he started unveiling that, he was like, but I need you to get in a space by yourself. And the type of person I am, no, I want people around me all the time. I want this, I want it. He's like, no, because it's draining your energy. It's draining your energy. It's depleting you. It's not putting nothing into you. So I had to get into a space of that. And then he gave me, which I always knew, but I don't listen. Just because you can don't mean you need to.
Come on now.
Just because you can carry it don't mean you need to hold it.
Right.
Just because you can go them long hours and still show up don't mean you need to be there.
Right.
And he like, say no. No, because this is such and such, and no, you don't have it. So then I found myself going out, and I'm like, ooh, wait, where was the anointing for that? And he like, I left you, because I left you, but he like left it without, I didn't have the extra oomph and the extra strength to go for it, because he's like, I don't need you there right now.
Right.
I need you here because I need to feed you. There's something else going on, and I didn't know exactly what was going on, but like I said, on the other side, I'm able to be like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
Right.
Like, and it was some people, like, I asked, because I'm like, I need to get into a space of caring for me. And after I had my daughter, because like I said, I've always been a carer for everybody else, so it was kind of like different for people to see me care more for her than I was show up in here. And it sounds a little insane, but it is, because people expect for you to be that same person. It's like, I have a whole person depending on me, so you're going to be left out a little bit. A whole person, like, chill.
Right.
So in that season, it just was like, okay, now my best friend would always say, okay, Kels, you need to do something for you. Like, although you're this mother, you still need to make sure that you get to know who you are as this 22-year-old single woman. You need to know who this person. And she always would tell me that, and then I never would do it. But now when I'm starting to do stuff, I'm like, okay. So I started, with the physical. I've always been the spiritual. Like, I need to read my devotion. I need to talk to God. But God is like, okay, you feel better when you doing better. So go get you this. Go do that. Get your nails done. Sit in the nail shop and get your feet done.
Yeah.
To be real.
And when I started doing that, I'm like, okay, this is stuff for me. If you need to, go get a massage, because you will run you crazy.
Right.
And then in the sense of women, so many people are like, okay, well, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a this, I'm a single mom, I don't need no help. And that's run you freaking crazy, yo. Like, so many people are like, this is who I am, and I don't need no help. No, that'll run you crazy, bro. That's why so many people are dealing with mental health and they're broken down, because they don't take time for themselves.
Right.
So when you need to say no, say no.
It's okay to say
It's okay.
Yeah.
Just
and
because
if the person don't understand, that means
That's not for you.
Right. That part.
Because
Eventually they'll understand.
Right. They're going to have to.
Eventually they'll have to understand.
They're going to have to.
But that space is just different when you able to see like the growth. And even now it's like, okay, take time for yourself.
Right.
Read a book, like Bridget said. I'm getting it. Okay, I'm not just a spiritual book, because I'm good with that. Right. But I'm like, I'm reading another book because I'm like, God, I just want to be whole. I want to be at peace. I want to be able to namaste. Not for and really mean it, but you get to like a place like a volcano when you got so much pressure on you.
Right.
When you got so many people pulling on you, and then you feel like, and because we all people that people depend on, because I would say we're all strong people that people come to, you feel like, oh, people need me. But God is like, you are not God.
Hello.
You are not God, because you need God.
Right.
But if I don't answer the phone this time, what's going to happen to them? But what if they do something wrong to themselves because I'm not there? I'm there.
I'm there.
That part.
Sometimes I like to disappear so they know I'm not God.
Okay?
let me duck out. I ain't answering nothing.
But I had to learn that because I didn't even know that because I'm like, I gotta show up.
No, I'm not
so
You can't because then you put in so much on you.
Yeah.
Like, don't put, like, it's crazy because I just read a quote on, I'm not going to quote it because I don't know it verbatim, but it was saying, like, people come to you because you got a healing aura.
Yeah.
But everybody who comes to you, you're not supposed to heal.
Word.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that part. That right there. And once you understand that, you're good.
Right.
That's why the no is important. Because sometimes the proper care of yourself is saying no.
No.
Yeah.
Because people are leech.
They will.
People will leech, they'll suck you dry. And they won't, but it's not for you.
To suck you dry.
Come this in, and I didn't think that people would be like that.
Yeah.
But it's people that attach to you because what the kind of light you have, and they just want to drain it all.
Right.
And when it's gone, then they moving on.
Period.
But it's another quote. Be with people that bring out the magic, not the madness.
Yeah.
You got to stop that too, because I had to learn that because I wanted to be around and I wanted to be around people that I love and I care about. But some people I had to let go.
Right.
I'm like, God, okay, if this person don't need to be in this season,
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about them. But it's for the energy that I need, the anointing that I have right now, that's just, you're just not here, ma'am. You have to go, sir. That's it.
For real.
You know what's funny? I found myself disfiguring who I was to accommodate others because I felt like by me doing that, they would see that I was human. Because in too many people's eyes, I was too perfect.
Girl.
Oh, you don't curse. Oh, you don't drink. Oh, you don't. But that's my prerogative. That's my choice. Maybe I don't want to drink because I know as soon as I had that drink, I'm going to be loosey-goosey.
Okay.
So I know. Like, let me discipline myself because I know. Real talk. I know if I partake in that type of function, I might start crib walking. I might start going up again. No, real talk. So because I don't got that down pat completely, I'm going to stay away. But then it came a point in time where I felt like, oh, it's family. It's family. They need to see that you're them. They need to see that y'all can all be the same. So I would have me a drink or two. I would listen to the music that I didn't typically listen to just to make them feel like, oh, okay, she ain't better than us. She just like us.
Right.
But then when I had those conversations with myself, it was like, bro, I set you apart for a reason. Why are you back? Why are you
Because they need you.
backtracking?
They need you to be just like you are.
Right.
But that was something, and that's what that me time is all about, because you can reevaluate. You can identify the things that are not like you that you're putting on just to say like, oh, okay, we are one and the same. And like our before topics where we what was it? We are more like
The
different. And it's like, granted, just because I don't do what you do don't mean we can't discuss another topic where we coincide, you know? But people are so prone to saying like, well, since you don't want to function, you too good.
Right.
Since you don't want to drink, you a goody two shoe. And I'm
You
like,
can't be judging me.
right.
You looking down on me.
And I'm like, at this point, I'm cool with that. If that's how you feel, you deal with that all by yourself. Because I am who I am. And I'm going to be just like that confident. You know, and it's no bad blood. I can still love you from a distance.
Right.
But trust and believe, I'm not going to keep on tiptoeing in your circle. I'm protecting my space. This is my bubble. Now you come over here and you penetrate what I got going on over here, you're going to have to deal with somebody way greater than I. Okay? And at that point, I'm not going to do okay, let me clear it up. Because he going to do what he got to do.
That's real.
That proper care too for me is like having a full cup. Like sometimes our cup is half full, and if you're not taking care of yourself, and all of you guys have already said this, but if you're not taking care of yourself, you're looking for somebody else to fill your cup.
Right.
And that has been like a situation I have experienced, where I felt like, you need to make me happy because of the title that person had in my life. Like, you need to make me happy because you may have messed some stuff up, and I'm mad at you. So because I'm mad at you, you need to fix it.
Right.
But I later on realized that it was really, my cup was halfway full. You know what I'm saying? So I was like at a place where it's like, how do I get my cup full? Well, I gotta take care of me. I gotta make sure that I can put a smile on my face. I gotta make sure that I can look at my life and feel the joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, we look at everything on the outside to make that feeling from the inside be activated, you know. But if we really think about it, everything starts from the inside out. Everything grows from the inside out. The grass don't grow, it goes, you know, it's the grass is first under the mud before it comes out. Everything has to be done first. So I'm like, okay, God, like for me it was really coming to God and realizing that my cup was halfway full. And you can look at that, I felt like I knew enough to feel good about myself, but it was still something missing. So for me it was halfway. But I think taking care of you don't realize that till you become a little older. Because we're not taught that. We're just not taught that. We're not taught to take care of yourself. Because as a child, if you have siblings, you got to make sure your sibling is good. You know, it's just always a responsibility that we have. And for some of us, because we are serving individuals, that's a whole nother thing. Like Kels was saying, like I feel like I gotta be there for you. And that's how it was for my family. Like I felt like I needed to be there for my family. And they started feeling like, I started feeling as if they thought I was the guy. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not. But we wear that title, we wear those clothes to them sometimes. So, but you gotta take care of you, man. If you don't take care of you, there's no way you can take care of anybody else. Like you can't. It reminds me of that whole, like, if an airplane is going down, you first gotta put the mask on you before you do it. But we so busy trying to make sure you holding our breath. Holding our breath. You know, that quote hit like, or that hit home for me. Like, I can't be nothing to my daughter if I'm not right. Because whatever I'm not right, I'm feeding it right to her. So then she not gonna be right. And it trickles to everything. It just keeps going. So it's like, sometimes I gotta like cut my phone. Like right now, I'm not on social media. Right now, I'm taking a break from people. And I'm okay with that because I'm always available for people. And it's okay. But if you text me, I'm quick to text you back. You call me, I'm answering right away. God is like, no, let them find another way. And I'm okay with that right now. So if anybody's been trying to call me, but you have to be okay with that. And then the other part of it too, I was battling with God telling me to take some time away from social media. Well, how much? Because I have my business. Well, how are you gonna be able to do your business? God was like, I was around before social media was around. Like I'ma still do it, and Lord knows He is doing His thing, and it's blowing my mind. But we have to trust Him to know that you gotta take care of you, and if you gotta shut down some stuff, let it be shut down for however long He says so. But
like my friend had said yesterday when she was telling me she took the 3 days, she said she had clients and people that was calling her like, why you not answering my emails, my calls? She said if something happened to her, she have a breakdown. Ain't nobody gonna check up on me. Like I gotta get right first. And I spent 2 days not answering you. People want that instant from us. And it's like, no, I don't have to respond right away. Like you said, taking a break. I don't have to respond right now. I'm chilling right now.
And we gotta be careful not to paint that picture too. Like in business, you can put on as if you're available all the time. And then when people try to take more from you, then it's like, hold on, but we responsible for what we put out there too. You know what I'm saying? So, but for sure, it's like, I'm not, because you start going off on people. You turn to this whole person that don't know you don't even know who you are no more. You don't want to be cussing people out. I don't want to be cussing nobody out.
I'll add to the social media. It's good to unfollow. I'm just gonna add that in there because there are some people that get you out of your space and out of your mode. I don't know about y'all, but for me, I'm like, some people I have to unfollow because if you're making me upset when I'm just trying to unfollow, you want to do subs for everybody, unfollow. Unfollow. You watching all my stuff but don't want to talk to me in real life. You don't want to. Keep it. Hold on. I'll be with the shirt next. But because I notice a lot of people follow, they watch what I'm doing. But in person, you don't want to talk to me. You just look the other way. That's a big thing for me. That's a big thing. Because self-care, I had to learn that because when I know you, if I've had a conversation with you before, even if not, I'm going to speak to you. So to be in a space with a person that knows me and I know, and we not talking, I don't like that feeling. It's just like a not a good feeling for me. So you want to watch what I'm doing and I see what you're doing, unfollow. Block. Don't try to add me on Snap either. That's only for sure. But I'm just saying, I had to do that too because I'll say my best friend again, she had to check me. She like, you turning yourself inside out. You taking off all your clothes to show people that you're genuine. You're trying to show people that you love them for real. You're taking all your clothes off for what? People gonna take it for what they gonna take it. Put your clothes back on. Stop trying to undress yourself. Stop trying to pull your heart out your chest. Put it back and get over it. That's it. And I had to learn that. And now I'm 31 and I'm like, okay, you know what? In some areas where I want to go and do that, I'm like, that I gave it. I gave it. They didn't want it. Let me keep going.
Right.
I would say proper self-care for me, like Trayana was just saying, like it does come with age. I know that happened for me. It's just a certain point in your life, you get to a point where you just like, wait, I need some time for me. That's just a part of life. And I want to say like the last 2 years, God has me in this space where I'm finally like just letting go. And it was hard. Because I had been in relationships all my life and they last for years, you know? And then the last one was like 2 years ago and he was a good dude, like a very good dude. But I'm hearing God say like, you need to step back from that, you know? And that was so hard for me because it's not like he did anything wrong. But God just needed me in a space where I could just start focusing on myself. Because like I said, I'm always doing something for somebody else or I'm always so focused on a relationship. It's like, when are you going to take time for you? And when I say that was hard, it was hard. Now that I'm in it,
Because I need y'all to know that.
now that I'm in it, it's like what you were saying, Sequoia, like I'm fighting for it. Like I don't want nobody to interrupt that. Okay? You know, and now I'm like, okay, God, like don't get me too comfortable in this space because I eventually but I'm loving it. And it truly allowed me to start looking at the things that I need to fix or start just even elevating myself and taking it to a whole nother level. I'm the same way as far as phones come. Like everybody know me, I don't need my phone. You know? I went through a stage way back, I want to say at least 5 years ago, where I didn't have no phone. And everybody is just like, Candace, like you need a phone. But I just hate that, like y'all was saying, everybody think they could talk to you or get to you instantly. And they don't allow you to have that space where you can reflect. They don't allow you to have that space where you just need to think before you just go ahead and respond. Or you need to get yourself together, make sure you're all the way fed, make sure you're all the way built up before we can help others. So going through that period where I didn't have the phone, that was really helpful for me now. Because now that I do have the phone, not that I just look at people calling me and don't answer. No, I really wasn't by it. But I see that you have a missed call. I just don't call back right away.
Candace don't have
disclaimer.
Half the time. She be like, I don't know where it's at. Like, who?
Yeah, I know. I never know where my phone is. But anyway, I think it's important because we can get so attached to our phones. And I am that type of way. Y'all know on iPhone where it tells you how long you've been on your phone, like your screen time? I be so disgusted with the hours that's on there. And it helps me put it down.
But you could put a limit on it now.
Yeah, mine
In Jesus' name.
I kind of want it, but I don't.
No, I'm doing it cuts me off. And I cut all my notifications off. So, like, nothing that comes, the only thing that comes on my phone is somebody at my front door. Other than that, if I get text messages and it's on, it'll ding, but I don't have the little red mark. I cut all that off. Because I don't need to keep going to my phone all the time. I don't want to just... be so just quick to just...
It's like a crying baby.
No, it could be.
No, people was like try to scorn me because I don't like talking on the phone. And I legit don't like talking on the phone because it's all dry conversation. Oh, did you hear about this? Did you see this? Are you putting money in my bank account? Are you trying to help me on a bill? That's really my attitude. I just feel like it's senseless to sit up and talk about. Granted, you have that conversation where you're like, okay, girl, that's what. Girl, I met this man. He was fine, girl. But then, and when it's because that's just next to me. But people are miserable. People just need, like a pigeon, they poop anywhere. And like people have that mentality, they will like legit come and just drop their stuff on you.
Okay.
And it's just like, no, I'm an ego baby. I soar. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna just be dropping your stuff on me. And I think for us, we can be all that we are and still draw the line. Like, okay, granted, I listened to you for 5 minutes. Your 5 minutes is up. No bad blood. I ain't got, you know. But now I have to take out this time to read my book. I have to take out this time to get my mind right, because if I don't, I'm gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a problem. And I love me too much to settle or to even, you know, go beneath who I am to prove to you that I'm all who you want me to be. Because at that point I'm not being true to self. And that there is an issue. So respect my space and we ain't got no problems. Because I'm gonna respect yours.
One of the biggest things that I'm just been praying about and truly want to live by is like, I want what's inside of me to be the reflection of what people see, right? Physical. And I'm so much on physical health or just working out, but I'm like, God, like I want to be strong spiritually, internally, as well as being strong physically where people can see, right? And I was just having this conversation with him, and it's just like, just as disciplined as I need to be physically, or just as disciplined I need to be in working out so that my body can be strong, I want that also first and foremost to reflect spiritually. I want to be disciplined in that area as well. I want to be healthy spiritually as well, and that's what's going to reflect on the outside. And that's something that is so big to me. That's something that I'm truly focused on, and it's been helping me so much. I can't be, it's just been helping me.
That's a balance though.
Definitely.
I mean, you need both. For your physical to work and be healthy, your spiritual and your mental have to be healthy.
Absolutely.
And vice versa, because like me, like I don't work out and I need to work out.
Okay.
But please, I need some help. But on the spiritual level and the mental level, like I'm not gonna say I'm good, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I'm working that out. But it's hard for me to work that out 100% because my physical being is not being worked out. Like I know I'm not that. I should be healthier than I am, you know. I drink water and all that, but I need to eat better. I need to work out more. So I think it's a balance, and I know we talked a lot about the spiritual and the mental, but I think also we have to focus on our physical too.
Definitely,
we have to.
Definitely matters.
It's being that whole piece. You can't be so much spiritually over here and then not take, like you said, it is balance. They're not taking care of the body, so it definitely goes together. You can't have one without the other.
Everything.
You need some time. Right, like you said, taking care of the physical. It was a time where I wasn't getting adequate sleep, and my spirit was good.
Oh, girl.
But my physical and my mental, because I have imbalanced hormones, baby, if I don't get the right proper sleep, I get a little crazy. And so I could just speak, preach, whatever, but then when I'm getting down, because you know, once that anointing left, Mom, like, you are crazy. You running around, you running into stuff, you do. And I'm like, I'm doing what? She was like, I was just talking to you. You're not all there. If you don't get the proper sleep, your dots are not connected. You can have all the spiritual, whatever you want, but physically, you're not all the way constant. And that's important, like you said, with the physical. And then your skin too. I was just talking about that with Kevin.
Hair, you gotta take
Get you a little facial. I found out I need moisture in my face. So I've been putting all the right lotion and soap on my face. It's so important. Yeah, everybody, I didn't look at everybody glow. But everybody glows. Yeah, that's important. You need to get you some little what's the little stress lotion.
Oh, girl, I got some.
Yeah.
Best body.
I put my sweet lotion on, girl. No.
Treat yourself. Candles. I just started getting into the little candles. I burn my little sage.
Oh yeah, the candles for sure.
Put the music on. Ooh, little smoky. Kick my feet up.
Girl. But it's all together. No, I was just saying it's a balance.
The topic, when Bridget told us about the topic, I'm like, proper care of yourself. I'm automatically thinking physical, because I'm like, I think we all good in that area. Why we need to talk about proper care of yourself? But then it hit me like it's just not about physical. It's also, about your inside. And just listening to everyone speak, I could relate to everyone, like with the rest. I don't sleep as much as I should. I get up early because I have 2 kids. I drive far to work, so it's like I'm in traffic an hour to go to work and an hour to come back. By the time I come home, I'm in mommy mode. And when you were talking about how people say like, oh, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm this, I'm that. We let titles define us, and I believe Trey touched on this in one of the other episodes, how we let titles define us. Like, my title is I'm a mom. That's it. That's all. Nothing else. Like, so it's like I don't take care of myself because I'm giving myself all as being a mom. Like feeding it to my kids spiritually, mentally, and physically, making sure that they're straight, but not making sure that that I'm straight. So I don't get the proper rest that I get. What EJ was saying about her friend going to the hotels, I look at hotels all the time and write them down. Be like, I'm gonna get away and just take some time for myself. But if I stay too long away from my kids, I get separation anxiety. So it's like I struggle, with a lot of stuff. Even with going out, I was supposed to go to a dinner last night. I was asleep. Like I guess God was just like, you're not going. You need to get some rest. And I didn't have the kids yesterday, so I had a day to myself. So it's like it was good, right? So I was able to just sleep. Like I ran some errands, but I was able to sleep. But I needed that rest. Sorry, my kid, I didn't make your dinner, girl. I'm so sorry, I was asleep. But we definitely, and I think this topic was definitely for me. It's like in all the other topics, I'm like, yeah, I can speak on that. But it's like just listening. I need to take proper care of myself. I could look good physically, and although I do feel good in the inside, but you have to take that time to yourself to rest, especially when you're a mom, a single mom at that. It's like you getting pulled in every which way, and you definitely need to take some time, to yourself. Right now, God has me in a place of isolation, but the way that He's doing it, He's not like, I'm also in a stripping process, but also like He's preparing me for the stripping process. So it's like He's not stripping everything from me at one time, but He's preparing me and letting me know, like, okay, I'm about to pull this person from you. I'm about to pull that person from you. You're not about to be doing this. You're not about to be doing that. But it's like He's taking His time with it, and I think He's taking His time with it so I can see and realize what it is that He's doing. Like one of my friends, she moving to Virginia in a few months, and I'm just like, God, what am I gonna do? Because that's my go-to for everything. And I'm just like, I'm gonna be lonely. Like, and I told her, like, we gotta work on finding me a husband before you leave, because who I'm gonna have. But it's like God is like, you don't need nobody. All you need is me. If you full of me and like you're okay with that, you don't need nothing else. All you need is me, and you will be good. So just listening, like, this is stuff that I need to hear. And I'm just take it, and I'm talk to God and be like, okay, God, like let's get it. Let's get this.
Right. Because if we full, it's like how Trey was saying, the cup being half empty or half full, however you look at it. But if we are full and okay with ourselves, we won't be in a place where we feel like, I need my friend, she leaving, I need a man, I need my husband. Because even when you get a husband, I know everybody say my better half and all this, but really it's supposed to be 2 hoes coming together.
Right.
And even when you're in that relationship, you are still supposed to be okay with yourself and make yourself happy. When there's times that you feel like he's not making you happy, you still have to have that fullness. So I think that's, very important for us to get to a place where before we try to bring anybody else into our lives,
Right.
that we need to be full.
That's how it's supposed to be anyway.
And I know that's what God was doing for me when it was time for me to get out of that relationship, because so much I'm just trying to help this person, like I'm trying to motivate this person, I'm trying to just help too much. And God told me clearly, like, I got him. He's in my hands. Like, you can let him go. And I was so afraid to, because I'm like, well, this is what I'm thinking, like, I'm the only one helping him. I'm the only one that's doing this. And although it was draining me, it was seriously draining me. One, because I didn't know where I was going. I still needed motivation for myself, and I did used to get to those places where I'm like, I can't do both.
Right.
Even though I was feeling that, I still didn't know how to let go, nor did I want to let go. Right. But I kept hearing God say, like, I got him. I got him. And I'm just like, man, but it's so hard to, if you're trying to get your life on a certain path, or you trying to make sure that your things is, instead of trying to help everybody else, instead of trying to motivate everybody else, I think it's easy for us to try to push other people instead of focusing on our own things, because it's work at that point.
I was just don't work. Hey, you gotta go to work.
You know, so I think it's good when God starts to pull you back and say, like, let's work on you. And I had to look at it that way, instead of saying, like, man, you stripping me from this, or you taking that from me. And he's like, no, baby girl, I'm doing it for a reason, because I'm ready to lift you up.
Right.
And I'm finally okay with that now. So when I do hear God say, step back, it don't take me as long as before. I'm still not as willing and jumpy, but I have a better understanding of why he's doing it, of why he will want me to step back, or why he will want me to solely focus on me. Proper care of yourself is so important, and it's just something that us ladies truly need to start just taking time and thinking about ourselves and motivating ourselves. And we'll be surprised what will become of that. We'll start to grow, we'll start to glow, we'll start to do all type of great things. We just have to take that time, not be afraid to isolate ourselves for a moment, just to make sure that we're being fed, just to make sure that we're building ourselves up. So I would just suggest, love yourself like never before and see where it takes you.
Proper care of yourself. It's something that I am still learning. So we're going to be on this journey together. I would say for the moms out there, for the single moms out there, having kids, it can be hard. Just to focus on yourself, because you're so busy giving yourself as a mom. So I would say, like, if you have to get up in the middle of the night, or, you know, put the kids to bed early, just to get, like, even if it's 10 to 15 minutes, like, I believe that will be enough, just to kind of zone out, get, you know, and pep talk yourself. I think that would be good. You gonna see, because I'm still learning.
I want to say to know that it's okay to unplug and to set limits. But I want to give a suggestion how everybody is all into, you know, creating these vision boards. Create a vision board for your self-care. Make 3 topics or categories: mental, spiritual, physical, and really create where you want to go on your journey. And just how you do your vision boards, let that be your vision for your self-care.
I would do that.
I'm doing that too. I would just say, just take care of you, whatever that means for you. You might need to separate yourself from people. You may need to take some time and go to a hotel, go to the beach if it's warm, or read a book, take a nice bath with candles, whatever that might be. Don't feel like it's not enough, because I think sometimes we feel like if we're not doing a whole lot, we're not really taking care. But really, I think it's the smallest things that heals us and get us to the place of feeling more cared for in our own space. So just wherever you have to start there. Be okay with the process, and light some candles and turn on some music and get in your worship time. Ask God to show you what does that mean for you, because it might, hearing all this, it might be difficult for you to figure out where you need to start. But just ask God, like, where do I need to start? It could be more rest, whatever that might be, but start today. Because if you are trying to do so many things, and the day that you're not here to do it, or you're not, your body isn't willing to do so, whoever you're doing it for and whatever you're doing it for, they have to keep going without you. But you want to make sure that you're here in your healthy mind, body, and spirit, so that you can keep going forward with the people that you love.
Yeah. And I would definitely say, like all of us said, don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to set boundaries, and don't always involve yourself with things that are not on your list of priorities. That's the easiest way to get distracted. That's the easiest way to lose yourself. That's the easiest way to get caught up. So take a little time every once in a while to look in the mirror and say, I am fine just the way that I am. Whoever don't like it, they gonna have to accept it. If you love me, you rocking with me. If you're not, by all means, I'll see you on the other side. You know, dot that I, cross that T, and just let it be what it's gonna be. Care about you a little bit more than you've been caring about other people for a little bit of time. Just to get people to understand that you are just as important as they see you are to them, to yourself.
I say find balance between the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. Like, I'm trying to find balance right now, and I feel like the things that God are giving me to balance it out, as I said, reading books, and it's crazy because I'm reading 3 mental books, 3 physical books, 3 spiritual books, and then 3 books for business. So that just balances out 12. But do it for you. Don't do it for nobody else. I'm doing this for me. I don't have nobody else in mind except for Bridget while I'm doing this, and I feel like that is going to allow me to have balance in my life. Not only for Bridget, but balance so that I could be the mother, the wife, the business owner, the friend, you know. So balance for sure. If you balance them 3, because if you on a high spiritually and your mental not right, you're not functioning properly. So and if your physical ain't right, but your mental right and your spiritual right, you can't function. So just balance. That's my way of balance.
Living in the shell.
Right.
So what I would say is let the guilt go. Let the guilt go. Do not feel guilty with being selfish with yourself. You came in this world alone. You leaving alone. I need to know who Raquel is, what Raquel needs, what Raquel is lacking, so Raquel can feel Raquel and I could be whole. So I would say don't be guilty. Don't let people make you feel guilty about taking a self day, about taking a self hour, whether like Jasmine said, whether you're a mom, single mom, or married mom, whatever you are, you need to take a moment. And also don't feel like you can't. My thing is just guilt, because sometimes we feel guilty about taking the time or an hour for ourselves, and other people look at you and be like, why are you taking that time for yourself? I was a mom and I didn't, or I was this and I didn't. Take it for yourself, baby girl, and vibrate higher.
And there we go. This is
Share Your Truth.